Now it's time for a look at the stories making the headlines in the international papers with Florence Villeneuve. And Florence, a lot of those Indian papers are still covering that terrible rape and murder of that 23-year-old student.
That's right. A lot of details are being leaked to the press about the investigation and the questioning of the six men who are accused of raping the young woman. Now, the Indian Express, for instance, reveals details of the 1,000-page police report. For instance, they say that according to police sources, the bus driver tried to run over the young woman and also tried to get rid of evidence by cleaning the bus and burning her clothes. Now, the Indian Express says that this young woman was saved, actually, by the friend that she was with, who pushed her out of the way right when the bus was trying to run her over. So the chilling details in this article in the Indian Express, and 5 of the men will appear before a judge tomorrow. The 6th one is a minor, so he'll appear before a juvenile court.
And the story is also getting a lot of attention in the international press. Are they having the same focus with the more emerging details?
They're looking more at the consequences of the rape. The Guardian, for instance, says that because of the rape, more and more women are rushing to buy guns. For instance, hundreds of women in Delhi have reportedly applied for gun licenses. Now, according to The Guardian, this news underlined the widespread sense of insecurity in Delhi and also the lack of faith in law enforcement agencies. It also says that there are a lot of fears in India that this attack will lead to restrictions on women's rights. And according to this article in The Guardian, there have already been several moves in some Indian towns. For instance, one town banned young women from using their cell phones. Another town banned a school from letting young women wear skirts there. So a lot of, that's one of the consequences. Another consequence the Guardian points out is that a lot of Indian media are reporting cases of rape that previously wouldn't have been reported. For instance, if we look at the front page of the Times of India today, it talks about a rape over New Year. There you see a 17-year-old woman was raped in New Delhi. So that's one case that wouldn't have been reported before.
And also inside it's mentioning the urgent need to ensure greater safety, which is of course what many Indians are calling for in the last several weeks.
That's right, safety in public places. And according to the editorial in the Times of India, this comes by better policing. But another thing that the Times of India says is crucial is to have more efficient and reliable public transport. It says that mobility is a basic right, and public transport, including safe and reliable night services, is an important way to empower citizens. So not only women, but men as well. According to this article, having safe transport at night boosts the economy. So it says that instead of trying to repress nightlife for women, what we actually should do is empower it and not fall into the trap of restricting women's rights.
Certainly a story that will continue in the headlines for some time yet. But moving on to another story, and that fiscal cliff, we're discussing it in the news, and of course the press is giving it a lot of attention.
A lot of attention. The Independent, for instance, says that it's taxpayers who are going to have to foot the fiscal bill. It says that this was a face-saving agreement for politicians. The Guardian also is quite mocking of self-congratulating politicians in Washington. It says it's funny what passes for a success in Washington because this deal that was struck isn't so much a deal as just putting off the problem, according to The Guardian. And it says it's a truly depressing start to the year in Washington. Another less optimistic article, or a cartoon rather, in the International Herald Tribune. It says you can see Uncle Sam just barely holding on to the fiscal cliff, 2012, and he better not let go because you see the EU and the world holding on to him. So hope he has a lot of strength there.
And just moving to Hillary Clinton, she seems to be out of the dark, but certainly a lot of the press focusing on her health.
That's right. There's an unusual take in the Gulf News in their editorial today. It says that she's being treated for this blood clot, which is common for people who travel a lot, and points out that she visited 112 countries. She was the most traveled Secretary of State. But according to Gulf News, other than just get a lot of miles, she didn't actually accomplish that much, and it hopes that her successor, John Kerry, will improve U.S. foreign relations.
Well, certainly a focus on that. Florence, thanks very much for that update.